To understand the monster, you must look at the child. At 11 years old, Vlad was not a prince. He was collateral. His own father gave him to the Ottoman Sultan as a human shield, a guarantee that Wallachia would not rebel. But Vlad wasn't alone. He was with his younger brother, Radu. This is where the brothers split. Radu was beautiful. He was charming. He looked at the Ottoman court and saw paradise. He befriended the Sultan's son, Mehmed. He converted to Islam. He forgot his home. But Vlad saw a prison. While Radu was eating grapes in the gardens, Vlad was in the dungeons. He watched the torturers. He studied how they broke men's spirits. He didn't cover his eyes. He took notes. He learned a simple, terrifying lesson. Terror is the only thing people respect. Years later, Vlad returned home. But his homecoming was a bloodbath. His father had been murdered. His older brother, Mircea, had been buried alive by the local nobles, the boyars. Vlad didn't scream. He didn't cry. He invited them to dinner. On Easter Sunday, he hosted a massive feast for the very men who killed his family. They ate, they drank, they thought the young prince was weak. Then Vlad stood up. He asked them one question: "How many princes have you survived?" Before they could answer, his guards barred the doors. The old nobles were impaled right there at the dinner table, but the young ones, he didn't kill them. He marched them into the mountains. He worked them until their expensive clothes fell off their bodies. He worked them until they died building his fortress, Panari Castle. Vlad had purified his land. Now he was ready for the empire. When the Ottoman envoys came to collect their tax, they refused to remove their turbans in front of Vlad. They said it was religious custom. Vlad said, "I will help you strengthen your custom." He ordered his guards to nail their turbans to their skulls. War was inevitable. Sultan Mehmed II, his brother's old friend, came for him. But Vlad didn't fight fair. He burned his own villages so the Turks would starve. He poisoned the wells. He sent people with leprosy into the Ottoman camps to spread disease. And then came the night attack, June 17th, 1462. Vlad didn't wait to be attacked. He dressed as a Turk. He spoke fluent Turkish. He walked right into the enemy camp of 100,000 men. With only a handful of knights, Mehmed pressed on. He marched towards Vlad's capital. He expected a final battle. Instead, he found the forest of the impaled. 20,000 bodies on stakes, a psychological wall of death. Mehmed turned his army around. He said, "I cannot take the land of a man who does such things." Vlad had won, but he didn't win, because Mehmed had one last weapon, a weapon Vlad couldn't kill. He sent Radu the Handsome, the brother Vlad protected in the dungeons. Radu didn't come with stakes. He came with gold. He came with promises of peace. The people of Wallachia were tired of blood. They were tired of Vlad. They opened the gates for Radu. The monster wasn't defeated by an army. He was defeated by his own blood, betrayed by the only person he ever loved.